Well,
Hello.
welcome everyone to this week's Stellar Developer Meeting. Today, joining me are Francisco and Esteban from PaltaLabs. PaltaLabs should be familiar to many of you who's been in the community for a while. They have been building on Stellar for way longer than I have. So, welcome guys, and just please do quick introduction and then we'll get started.
Hey.
Thank you, Karsten. My name is Esteban. I am building in PaltaLabs since 2022, where we met all the Stellar team back in Meridian, Rome. Since then, we have been building Soroswap and DeFindex. And in this presentation, we will explain a bit more that. Francisco.
Yeah, I'm I'm Francisco, CPO of PaltaLabs, and we are excited to present the hackathon and motivate everyone to build here.
Yeah, as a quick a quick comment. We are with Francisco. We are currently at the Draper University in San Francisco. So I will encourage all developers to join all the programs, grants programs that Stellar has, because like the opportunities that you can get, like we are getting now. Like currently, I am in the dorms of the Draper University. The opportunities they're really great.
Yeah, Draper U is a program we started. It's a collaboration between Stellar and Draper University. We started last year, and continuing this year, where uh, like you guys, you're staying for 3 weeks, go through a really intense program with lots of different things, everything from business to the financial parts, and it's a great program. But that's not what we're talking about today. You are running. You're running a hackathon with Stellar Hacks, and I think to lead up to that, to talk about the hackathon, the idea is that in the hackathon, that the participants are building on either Soroswap or on DeFindex or both. So maybe we start with an introduction of what is Soroswap and what is DeFindex and what can you build on that. So yeah, please take us through the the, the basics of both products.
Thank you, Karsten. Please, Francisco.
I will share the screen.
Great. So, Stellar Hacks. With the Stellar Hacks, you can swap and build vaults with PaltaLabs, Soroswap, and DeFindex. So let's talk a bit about Soroswap, and then we will talk a bit about DeFindex. If you have questions, I think you can write them in the chat, right? So
Yes.
I will stop. If anyone has any questions, we will stop there, and maybe we can share more our screens. We can take a look at the codes, etc. Soroswap is a DEX and a DEX aggregator on the Stellar blockchain. And as a brief introduction, it was the first DEX built on Sorbonne on the smart contract side of Stellar, and we aggregate liquidity from multiple liquidity sources or multiple platforms. So on your right, you have like a swap that gets routed through Soroswap, Aqua, and Plenix AMMs. In order for you to understand like the tech of Soroswap, and so you can have more ideas on how you can hack and build on top of Soroswap, you need to understand that Soroswap has three components. There is the AMM, then we have the aggregator that aggregates, is a smart contract, and then we have our road API. So our road API is the one that will optimize your trade that will be executed on the aggregator. And if you get a trade that will go through Soroswap AMM, it will go through our pools. Soroswap AMM is where you can create liquidity pools. if you want to do like a simple swap, or if you are building a protocol that needs a liquidity pool, you can create this liquidity pool on our AMM. It's a classic Uniswap version 2 type of AMM. And we have a router contract that does everything for you. So you can create new pairs through the router contract. You can add liquidity through the router contract, remove liquidity, and swap through only one contract. So you only need to understand this one router contract. And we will put the links later, but it's github.com/soroswap/core. So all the core smart contracts are in that core repository. Now I am reading the comments. Sorry. Yeah, Dora Hacks. Yeah, let's go. Great. And then we have the aggregator. If you want to aggregate multiple protocols, we already built a contract that handles all those transactions. So you don't need to think about Aqua. You don't need to think about Phoenix or Soroswap. You only need to interact with only one contract. And then inside that aggregator contract, we have all the adapters that will help your transaction go through all those different AMMs. Next slide, please. So this is how it looks, a transaction through the aggregator. It's simple. So you just put token in, token out, the amount you want in, the minimum amount you want out. But the tricky part is this DEX distribution, like how you distribute your trade between different exchanges, between different DEXs. And this is how, next one. So you need to create this object, but you don't need to calculate it yourself. We have it in our road API. Yeah, one back. Sorry, this one. This is how the transaction looks like on the Stellar Explorer. So you put like how many parts you want of one trade to go through protocol 0, which is Aquarius, how much part you want to protocol 2, which is Soroswap. Yeah. Any questions until now? No. So through this aggregator, you can touch all those liquidity sources. It's only one contract that your app or something that you are building needs to interact with. It's only one contract, and this contract will execute all transactions and will do all these subcontract calls necessary for that trade to go through. So how do you get this optimal vector of DEX distribution? You can calculate yourself, or you can force it. So you can force it to go through like specific protocols. That's also a possibility. But if not, you can use the API that we have, and this is like the third part of this Soroswap tech stack. We have a public API that anyone can use. We created an API key for those that are building on the hackathon. So you can experiment with our API. And the easy thing, the cool thing is that you just put what you want to trade, what are the protocols that you want to implement, and then it returns you like what is the best way on how you split the trade. So we have in the description of the hackathon, there is a link to our Postman collection. If you want to talk with the API, you can go and check the Postman collection because it will make it much easier for you to understand how to interact with the API. And next one. Yeah, this is all the documentation you need. We have also an SDK. I forgot to put it in this slide, but there is @soroswap/SDK. That's the npm package on TypeScript. If you are building on TypeScript, so you don't even need to build all those API calls. They're a function for it, and we have on the Telegram group, we are sending example repositories that of projects that use our APIs. There is a question here, Matthias. DEX distribution in this case will be the 60-30-10 shown in the previous slide, right? Yes. So in a previous slide, there was like this distribution of 60%, 30%, 10%, and that's correct. That the DEX distribution, you say, I want 10% to go through Phoenix, and the path will be XLM direct to USDC. Then you put 30%, I want it to go through Aqua, going from XLM to Aqua to USDC, because I think, or you think, or your program thinks that that's the best way to do it. And 80% to do it, or 60% to do it through Soroswap. Yeah. Great. Yeah, and finally, we in our backend for our API, we use the Soroswap indexer, and this project is completely open source. So if you plan to build something that requires information of the trades on Soroswap, if requires, if you need to build an indexer, or if you need to improve the indexer that we have, the link is on that slide, but it's soroswap.com, sorry, github.com/soroswap/subql, which is the technology that we are using. We are using indexer with subql. And of course, if you are more interested, talk in the Telegram. There is the README has all the description on how you create this indexer. And yeah, you can build like maybe like a front end that shows the last transactions, or a bot that will send you a alert if there is like a difference of price, so you can buy a token or something like that. Does the Soroswap indexer relies on Mercury? No, it doesn't. The subql indexer, it's its own technology. It's on TypeScript. There is like Docker. So you bring up like 3 different Docker containers. One which is like the worker, which is doing calls to the RPC all the time to get the lastest block, and then it will ingest it to another container that will check that if there is the event that you want to check, and then it will ingest the information to a local database. Then later it's you can query it with GraphQL.
So now the Findex, and I'm not going to see the questions. So if Esteban or Carsten can tell me if there is any question,
Yeah, we'll let you know.
Let me know. Well, so the Findex, we want to make DeFi easy. So what is the Findex? The Findex removes the technical complexity for apps that want to offer savings accounts for their users. So you know that if you're a wallet or an application, end user application, you may want to offer some sort of savings account. And at the same time, you have DeFi protocols or real world assets that can provide you yield to make this feature of savings accounts possible. But this is difficult. You it's technical to it's too technical to integrate DeFi. It's difficult to manage risk, and it's difficult to monetize on top of that, and it's time consuming. So we created DeFindex to help with that. So our plug and play software can make you earn when your users earn, and all with that without the crypto complexity. So with DeFindex, if you're a wallet, you use our plug and play software and you can offer yield to your users. And this is done by using DeFi strategies. So you can use these diverse DeFi strategies to offer multiple options. You have automation on the smart contract side, and you can always look for the best earnings without the need to for without the need of the user signatures for every movement. So to understand the Finex, we need to understand two main concepts. One is strategies and one is vaults. So for the strategies, is the smart contract that connects the DeFi protocol is the connection that we have with DeFi protocols, and also uh, we can include there some automation that can benefit the users. And then we have the vaults. The vaults are the savings accounts. It handles all the fee distribution, all the accounting for users. It manages all the how many users you have, which user has uh, the amount of the funds that any user has, etc. So let's see an example. So this is the blend strategy that we have right now. We have it for USDC, EURC also. So we lend USDC to blend in a blend pool. We harvest the blend rewards. We swap these blend rewards for more USDC and we lend again. So we get this auto compounding effect on the blending and borrowing protocol. Then on the vault contract, we can include multiple strategies. So you can expose the users to multiple pools. In this case, we have this USDC strategy on the blend fixed pool and on the blend yield blocks pool at the same time. So when a user deposits into the vault contract, the funds are distributed automatically on both pools. Also, if you want to, you can have like 100% of the money in just one strategy, but that could change in the future. So you can move all the funds of your users to the other strategy that is performing better. And that the the good thing is that the user don't need to know that their funds were moved. You just move it. Uh, but also you, as a manager of the vault, you cannot take the funds of the user out. Then, so this is what we have right now. So if someone wants to create a new strategy that could be more interesting, like a leverage position strategy, you will need to implement the strategy trade. So this is how it looks like. So you just need to put code inside that reflects the strategy you want to. So the strategy you want to do with the Findex, with the Findex, just need to comply with this function. And if it complies with the function, you can plug it to the Findex vault. And that that strategy will be exposed for any wallet that want to offer that kind of strategy. Then
Can
on the
I
vault,
say a small comment on the strategy?
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So we want to see more more strategies, more ideas that you can come Maybe other more can be more risky. Maybe using other protocols. Um, as Francisco said, like leverage strategies. You can short one asset. You can long like 9x with the current. Like if you check with Blend, you can lend, borrow, and then swap and borrow again. So you can think about those kind of things, or even using other protocols.
Like
So
Soroswap.
like Soroswap. Yeah. So that would be like a very good idea of a hackathon project that works with both protocols as well.
So
Matthias is asking for a harvest function, what will data will be options, these bytes? Very good question. So because the strategy trait is general for any kind of protocols, like say Soroswap, Blend, or Normal, or Aqua, FXDAO, you don't know. We don't know beforehand what are the parameters that harvest function will need. Probably you will need to submit some um, like some instructions on how the trade should be if there is a swap, um, or not. That's and Matthias. Yeah,
So it's an optional parameter that you may need for some uh, for some logic. Then we have the uh, vault contract role. So if you want to create a vault for a specific use case, and for example, combining multiple real world assets, uh, you may need to create these roles in order to create a vault. So the manager can do everything but taking the user funds. So you can change who is the rebalance. You can change, basically you can change the other roles. Rebalance manager can only do rebalance. The fee receiver can only do fee related stuff, and the emergency manager can rescue funds from the users. And so in order to create a vault, uh, you can use it, you can do it in our front end. Then you need to invest or rebalance for the first time. So the vault will know how to distribute the funds automatically. Then you implement it in your app, in your front end, and start collecting fees.
yeah. I want to go. Want you go back to the roles? Yeah, here there is a challenge here. So if anybody wants to work on that, how to manage like how to co-sign these messages. So maybe the manager can be like a smart contract with different co-signers, you know, or you can use like the co-sign structure of a Stellar. Maybe like create a front end that will help like manage DeFindex vaults. That's maybe something interesting.
Well, some ideas. Yeah.
Yeah, multi-sig. Thank you, Matthias.
Then, if you want to do it this programmatically or include this in a front end, you just need to create this, trigger this function on our factory. Uh, yeah, and then this is the front end we have right now. It's just for creating vaults. So you just fill all the parameters here, and you will have your vault. And then invest for the first time. You can use Stellar CLI and with the same with these instructions, and then we also have an API. And so for the API, and we have an API key also for the findings, right? That is public. Uh, I mean,
Yes.
check this. So
You
you
don't
can
need to
go
do this
to
here. We have
api.defindex.io/docs to see the complete documentation on this. You can also go to docs.defindex.io, and you have like more extensive documentation. And so yeah, that's and this is like an example of how to, if you have already an API client, you can use something like this. So, for example, if you are doing a front end to use the a Vault contract, uh, you you can call our endpoints with the function deposit, for example. You just set the amount from who is going to be going to the deposit, and we will return the unsigned transaction. Then you sign it, and we can even send it for you. So if you want to implement the vault in a front end, uh, this could be very useful.
Yeah, we have deposit, withdraw, and we have the APY endpoints. So you don't need to build all those things.
Yeah. So, and we are here to help you. So please join the Telegram group. We are going to be there, uh, answering as fast as we can. Uh, yeah, we are here to help you. Thank
Great.
you.
Thank you for the introduction to DeFindex and to Soroswap. I think it's great to see that some of the other teams that
You're still sharing
you're
your screen.
you're, you're at with the Draper U, they're already starting to look into how they can integrate your services, and I think many more projects in the ecosystem could benefit from integrating with you guys.
Francisco, you are sharing your screen.
I can remove it.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. I don't know if anybody has comments and questions. I think there was a question of Matthias that was not answered. Yeah, so he asking, so for the source of aggregator, he says you don't need to specify the distribution, so you don't have to hassle to do the paths. That's not completely right, because the aggregator needs as an input the specific path, the contract. So the contract, that he cannot calculate what's the optimal path. However, the API is the one that will help you with that. And you can try with our API on public net. So if you want to like start testing in production, you can do it. And yeah, we calculate the best path for you. But the aggregator contract needs that information. And then, yeah.
Okay, great. Let's change tracks to the hackathon. So right now we have the Stellar hacks. I'll just share a link for the hackathon. And this hackathon is actually about building on top of DeFindex and Soroswap. So maybe if one of you can talk a little bit about it, I can. Are you sharing your screen?
Yeah, but
Share this one.
no, it's not this one.
Okay. It was all about that. Okay, but
To show the like Dora Hacks webpage.
yeah, let's add this.
I can
Here
see.
we go.
Yeah.
So this is the second hackathon been doing with Stellar Hacks. The first one was integrating a blend. This one is focused on building on DeFindex and Soroswap. So yeah, tell me more about what would you
Mm,
like to see? What is
yeah.
what
So
is what are people building?
so for example, here in DeFi integrations, is my screen is showing, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So for example, here we have a smart wallets. A smart wallet using Soroswap and or the Findex, it will be great. And so you can use our APIs, the passkey kit, and build something with this. Uh, and a staking contract for Soroswap LP tokens. Um, so that could be great. Uh, a rebalancer bot. Uh, this is great. I don't know if you remember here, but we have this role and this role rebalancer manager. So we can you can create a vault with where this rebalance manager can be the bot, and the bot can manage the portfolio for us. Well, MCP servers that can, I don't know, I can tell him, hey, I want to create a vault and rebalance it. That that could be very great. Something to doing something like that. Then for the Findex strategies, so so for most of these, not for the LP staking, but for the smart wallet, rebalancer bot, and MCP server, you will probably need to use the APIs that we are providing. But then if you want to use
One question,
create,
one
for
comment.
example, a strategy, you can start from the Findex protocol and modify the contracts. For example, we have where's the Findex here? So this is the main repo. Uh, you can go to apps, contracts, strategy, and start coding there for coding more the Findex strategies and use all our the already existing repo, so you don't need to set up anything. Uh, you wanted to say
I
something,
want to
Esteban?
give yeah, yeah, yeah. I am very excited about the strategies. I think this is like the Findex is already like very robust in the votes, and we need more strategies. We need someone that will came with some new idea on how to manage funds. We thought about blend and rebalancing, but you can think about something more interesting. So, and as Francisco said, it's like there is a trade already for that. Like you don't need to, and that's a trade that will be easy to plug it into vaults. And another comment I wanted to say about the rebalance is that our vault contract, when you are a rebalancing manager, the vault doesn't give you any like access to the funds at all. It only allows you to move from one strategy to the another strategy. So that's why you can feel confident of experimenting with a rebalancer bot, right? I wanted to say that. And about the LP tokens, as Raf said when we first talk about this, I am also very excited about. I want to see people using LP tokens. So we created Soroswap uh, while Soroban was not on mainnet yet, and we created in a way that LP tokens were compatible with the Stellar Classic tokens. So, and we want to see more people using LP tokens. Maybe you can send an LP token. Maybe you can stake the LP token. Maybe you can create like a liquidity pool of 2 LP tokens. I don't know. Think about that. Or maybe a strategy can need an LP token because to have an exposure 50-50, I don't know, to two different assets. Yeah.
Great. So there's still 1 week left of the hackathon, and if you haven't already started building and you think this could be a great, fun challenge to do and a great way to learn more about Soroswap and DeFindex, then this hackathon is a great opportunity. Go to the link that I shared in the comments, the Door Hacks link. You can read more about the hackathon, the submission requirements, the deadline, and what to do, and these great examples of what the PaltaLabs team think could be fun to see and would love to see being built. So yeah, go check it out. It's a great fun hackathon, and as I said, there's 1 week left, so plenty of time to do something fun.
It's up to the 1st of August, Matthias. Until the 1st of August.
Yeah.
Yeah, and final comment, we will be helping. If you have any question, please ask them directly. Ask the question directly, because maybe we don't have the best documentation. I don't know. We are trying to do our best together with a lot of things we are trying to do. So please be patient. If you think you don't understand, please ask, because probably maybe we don't have that answer in the documentation, and it's very good way to help us to improve our documentation. We built these APIs so you don't need to interact directly with contracts, but you don't need to do it if you really want to hack hard, you know? So yeah, thank you, Karsten, for the opportunity, and Raf and Boxy and all the team organizing this hackathon, and Jerome.
Yeah, they're really doing a great job with these mini hackathons. So big shout out to them as well. I see Raf shared a link to the Telegram group for the hackathon. So yeah, ask away if you have any questions. There's still time to build something cool. So please visit the hackathon page. Okay, great. Any other questions before we end this call? Doesn't look like there's anymore, but thank you for joining. I know it's a crazy busy week for you. Being at Draper U is a lot of fun, but it's also a lot of work.
We were pitching DeFindex to Tim Draper on Tuesday.
Yeah, Tim Draper is a VC legend here in Silicon Valley. He was one of the first investors in many cool companies like Tesla, SpaceX, and a ton more companies. So having the opportunity to pitch Tim Draper is definitely an awesome opportunity.
Yeah. Because we think we think that the millions of users will have their first savings account through a wallet, not a traditional bank.
Yeah. Great. Okay, thank you everyone, and
good idea.
To you two guys. We'll be back here on Twitch next week. Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Right. Good idea, Matthias.